Hi, this is Ushio, and welcome back to Angels with Scaly Wings. We've just met up with the administrator, who is actually the protagonist in a time loop. So there's two copies of us, there's two copies of the protagonist, and they're gonna explain what's going on. I'm your backup. Izmi knew that should both she and you die, the cycle would be interrupted and both worlds would be doomed. That was a risk we couldn't take. But how am I here? I remember going into the past many times, and you never went to the past. I did a few times before, but even that is a mere fraction of our travels. Why do you think you didn't remember anything on your first day here? Why do you think you now remember getting shot and dying? Had it never crossed your mind, this shouldn't be possible. And how high consciousness works. It gradually transfers the memories into your brain, making it feel like you're recovering them. However, it's not the case. You've received them from many other iterations of us, but believe them to be your own. Okay, this hurts my brain. So, okay, why are you here? Because I want myself to be happy, you know. On this try, we've managed something that I failed to achieve in the past, so I believe you deserve to enjoy your rewards. I'm going to make you an offer. Take it or leave it. It's all up to you. Okay, I'm listening. I'll go back instead of you, and you'll get to stay here and live your life the way you see fit. But won't this timeline disappear if one of us alters the past? No, this is merely one of the countless possible outcomes, and it will continue its development no matter what alterations anyone would do to the past. Which means, those failed timelines, yes, they continue their existence in their respective universes, and nothing can be done about it. Okay, scary thought. It is. Okay, so what if I decline your offer? Then I will take your place here. Either way, one of us has to go back, and one will stay. I know how tired you are, but until both worlds are rescued, until they're all safe, we have to keep going. Okay, so this is pretty important. Okay, I'll go. Maybe then it's my turn to take up the responsibility. You've done your bit. Then so be it. What about me though? In my timeline, it almost went the same way between us, but I failed to save the generator and thus doomed your world. I had to leave you in the vague hope that I will rescue you next time. I missed you, Bryce. Hopefully you two are going to be happy here. But how do you expect that when I have to live with a copy? I'm as much as Ushio of the timeline is. That's a weird sentence to have to read. A few weeks older and wearier, but I'm still myself. I see. Do I have to leave now? That would be wise. However, I know how you feel. Take as long as you want. I'll wait. Alright, cool, thanks. I guess we're going to say our goodbyes. In the dark of the night, I stood in front of the control panel, one button push away from activating the emergency coordinates. For a moment I looked back, giving the sleeping town a short glance. They were safe in this timeline, but the price of it was too high for my city and humanity as a whole. There was only one way to set things right. I put on the mask, pulled the crude brown hood over my head, and stepped into the glowing portal. Soon after my departure, the dragons executed their plan and diverted the comet away from the planet. Humanity never re-established contact and chose to look for other solutions to the growing problem of lack of power, but it was all in vain and only delayed the inevitable fall. Just like the rest, our city soon succumbed to the harsh world of the broken earth. Okay, that was ending F. We seem to be going through these endings in reverse order. A noble act, but can you handle the heavy burden? Only time will tell. Of course there's more to the story, but to see it, I'm afraid you have to reload and save from before making the right choice. Or don't, it's all up to you. Okay, so there are 5 more endings to go. Let's load up. Yes. Okay, we're back. So we said that we would go. This time, I'm going to stay. Sorry, other me, you can fuck off. I didn't think I'd get this chance, so I'm going to take it, buddy. Good to hear. So be it. You worked hard for this future, so it's only fair for you to be the one to experience it. I'll take my leave as soon as the investigation team goes away. A 4th human might be too much for them. Take care. Okay, you too. As quietly as it disappeared, the figure vanished into the thick green vegetation, leaving us both confused, yet somewhat relieved. Alright, bye. Alright, so it's just us again. That was something else. One thing is to hear about time travel, but to see it with my own eyes. That was as big of a shock to me as it was to you. I don't know what to trust anymore and what memories are truly mine. I'd say it doesn't matter. You and I know what happened in the last few days, and anything before that isn't relevant for us anymore. Besides the comet. I said before. Okay, true. What are you going to do now that you no longer have to go back? I assume your ambassador mission's over. I suppose it is, and the council is likely going to take away my status and funding. Yeah, I have that suspicion as well. But hey, I'm sure they'll give us all medals for this, especially when they learn about the incoming disaster and how we secured the equipment to prevent it. I don't think I can buy food and supplies with the medal though. Okay, good point. Maybe you want to join the police department. You'll need to pass some training, of course, but you have a great talent for investigation work. It's a quiet town, so things rarely happen around here, and the pay is decent. I'll think about it. It's not like I have anything else to do now. I know you might feel lost and scared, being stuck in an alien world, but I want you to know that if you need something, I'm always here. Alright, cool. Thanks, Bryce. Anytime. I just remembered, we've left the fun basket at the viewing spot. Wow, I'd completely forgotten about that. Let's go pick it up before somebody else does. We wouldn't want them to have fun instead of us, right? Definitely not. Okay, let's go get the fun basket. Looks like nobody's been here while we were gone. Good to hear. You know, it's just the two of us here right now. We could have some fun and get some stress relief like that one night. Maybe another time, when you're not wounded and I'm not exhausted. Okay, fine. You can still escort me home though. Sounds good. Alright, let's go back home. Can I come in? It's pretty late, so you can stay for the night, but let's agree to limit ourselves to just sleep. Okay, you're no fun. Are you late somewhere, Bryce? We have all the time in the world now. You wouldn't make me wait that long, would you? I might run off to Emerald by then. But can you? When I think about it, probably not. Remember, patience is virtue. The one I'm lacking. So, are we going to stand here all night long, or are we going to go inside? Oh, right. Okay, come on in. Okay, we're inside. Okay, it's morning. Somehow my dreams were more turbulent than ever that night. My mind went through a whole colourful storm of visions, too chaotic to make out anything specific, which gave me a fever-like headache. I saw things that I knew happened in different timelines. I saw things that never did. I even saw myself do something I never imagined I'd do. Yet among all of this, there was still hope. Maybe not for me in this timeline, but for our little corner in the infinite multiverse as a whole. As long as there was an iteration of me working hard in our goal. We could still win, I knew it. We weren't alone in this after all. Somehow, my mind had no problems making peace with my fate in this world. Ever since Earth had been hit by the flare, I guess I'd always dreamed of going back to a quiet, simple life. I woke up late in the morning, barely rested enough to function properly. Leftovers of thoughts and images of the night before spun in my head. Being pressed into the wall by Bryce, who was sprawled comfortably across my whole bed, didn't help matters at all. I pried myself free, walked over him, and got off the bed into the fresh morning air. Throughout the whole thing, the dragon just continued to sleep like a log, completely undisturbed by all and any of my actions. Leaving him be, I quickly dressed up and headed for the kitchen. And get some breakfast or something. After making myself some improvised breakfast, I was sitting in the kitchen enjoying my food when Bryce finally showed up. Morning, looks good, got some for me? Okay, morning. I thought you wouldn't get up until noon, so I cooked just for myself. I'm a heavy sleeper, but it can't be that bad. I pried myself free from you, stepped on you twice while getting out of bed, and made a lot of noise while putting on my clothes. You didn't even nudge. Oh, okay, you got me. So, can I get my food or what though? You can help yourself to some snacks in the fridge. Got any beer? The day's just started. There should be soda or juice somewhere though. I'm just joking. Are you though? Actually, I was thinking about trying to cut down on alcohol, you know. Good idea. Some drinking's okay, but I think you're having too much too often. What makes you reconsider your habits though? You did. Okay, how so? Bryce grabbed some food from the fridge and sat at the opposite side of the table. You know why I started drinking. It was the only thing that helped me deal with police work. But ever since you and I started hanging out, I feel better. It started subtly, but the more time we spent together, the more I've realised how important you've become to me. That evening, I had a moment of clarity and saw how much damage my drinking can do to what we share. It's no longer about fun or quelling my stress levels. It's becoming a problem. Something has to change. You know what they say, the first step to solving the issue is to admit that it exists. I'll gladly help. Alright, cool, thank you. You're on sick leave, right? Yeah, Doc said I'll be out of commission for about a week. Poor Naomi and Seb, they're gonna have to do all the work now. No, it's a quiet town, they'll be fine. If you say so. To be honest, humanity had a lot more problems with crime even than the most prosperous times back in the day. You guys never had it easy, did you? I guess we didn't. Anyway, do you have any plans for today? I don't really know what to do with all this free time. Before, I always had a task at hand to complete, but now I'm almost lost. I know something that can take a while. Wow, you can't be serious. That's not what I meant. Not that I'd oppose the idea. Wow, he's a horny one, isn't he? How about we buy a model set for a ship? Then we could go build it together. I'd like to see what your agile hands can do. Okay, we don't have anything better to do. No, be more positive. That's quite a good idea, actually. We'll do that. We might want to get an extra set or two, though. What for? Spare parts. You've seen my claws and how clumsy they are. Okay, good point. Actually, I can't be certain I won't break anything either. Then let's go. Who's going to pay, though? I doubt I could use my card for such purchases without raising some eyebrows at the council. That's not a problem. I can afford a few model sets, especially if we're planning to cut down on the alcohol spending. Alright, sounds good to me. Do you want to do it at my place or yours? Nothing personal against your apartment, but I'd rather choose mine. Yours is, a drab. I know, it's a temporary arrangement, remember, so I agree. Yours is a much better option all round. Okay, let's go buy some models. Before going shopping, I insisted that we paid a visit to Emera. The council had to know about the incoming comet. Reluctant at first, Bryce agreed to tag along. I realised why he didn't want to meet her again, and given the circumstances, I couldn't blame him. However, the information I had was too important to let a simple personal disagreement get in the way. Even with the immediate threat to the generators gone, the world's fate remained uncertain until the comet had been dealt with. Upon arriving at the ministry, at first we only received a near-mechanical response from the secretary that Emirate was busy for the moment. However, with enough persuasion, which involved mentioning the possible disaster and waving around my ambassador status, we were allowed to see the minister personally. The secretary led us to the tall door at the end of the corridor, knocked on it and quietly returned to the lobby. Without further delay, Bryce and I entered the office. Hey Emera, how goes it? At first, Emera's face demonstrated a moderate amount of annoyance when she lifted her gaze away from the papers, but it quickly changed to her usual unreadable expression. Greetings, Ambassador. Okay, good day. I'm glad to see you, Chief. How's your health? Good day. I'm doing fine, thank you. I've received the news about Reza. I sincerely hope that we'll be able to sort out the diplomatic issues. This deal is too important for both of our nations, and the incident, while unfortunate, should not stand in its way. I trust that humanity feels the same way and would not withdraw their offer. So far I see no reason to cancel the exchange, Minister. Then it's settled. What was the goal of your visit here? Sadly, no. I've come for a different reason. There is some crucial information I have to report to the Council. Okay, please continue. Your world is in great danger due to an incoming comet. According to the calculations my PDA has performed, your planet is going to be hit by it very soon. The approximate suggested damage is great enough to cause global extinction. Okay, our scientists believe that the comet should pass us safely, but we can't be certain. Then they're wrong. You know how much more advanced our electronics are. The mistake probability is very low. I see. Very well. I will relay the information to the Ministry of Science. They should be able to develop a plan. How did you find out about the threat? I heard about the approaching comet on the local news. While most experts have indeed stated that it should fly past us, I had my doubts. After doing my own research and putting the data into my PDA, I saw that the threat is real. On paper, the scientists are right. But what everybody missed is that your moon has its own gravity field that will steer the comet right into the planet. Okay, thanks for sharing your concerns. It's more than a concern. Do you have any actions planned for such an event? Yeah, we have the means to divert it. However, it would require large amounts of power we might not be able to gather in time. That's all I know. Use the generators from the underground facility. They're much stronger than your standard models. The ones that were nearly stolen? Yeah. With the aid of the ambassador, my team managed to prevent the theft. Unfortunately, one of the suspects is dead and the other escaped. I've read the reports. I'm aware of recent events. Your input isn't currently required, Chief. Okay, I apologise. Yeah, these guys have a frosty relationship. Wasn't she trying to encourage Bryce to give her massages and stuff? Oh, I don't know. However, the exceptional bravery and great detective work of your unit, in addition to securing the assets crucial to the survival as a nation, most certainly deserve recognition. I'll see to it that the Council will review the possibility of awarding you all with the highest honour. This also includes Ushio, alright, thanks, who went above and beyond the ambassador duty during the incident. Merely doing my job, wow, it's a great honour. I'm glad our hard work is recognised. I'm just doing my job. It was my obligation as an ambassador to make sure that relations between our worlds remained friendly. I wouldn't say so. You had every opportunity to simply wait it all out, and yet you didn't. Your help and service to our community is immeasurable. I believe your judgment then, Minister. Is there anything else you want to discuss? Okay, that's everything for now on my side. Very well. I have an official query to you, given the chance provided by this personal meeting. Okay, what's up? What can you tell me about the third human whose body has been discovered in the underground complex? Her visit was not in our agreement. For a few seconds, I shut my eyes and took a deep breath. I should have thought of an explanation earlier. By the looks of her clothing, she's one of the outsiders who has nothing to do with our city. She probably managed to sneak in and use the portal without anybody noticing. Isn't your portal guarded? It is, but it's outside the city walls, and our security isn't perfect, unfortunately. They could also have been distracted by something else to allow for the infiltration to happen. That oversight, however, cost the lives of several of our citizens and cast a shadow of suspicion on your colleague, which forced him into desperate actions. On behalf of humanity, I offer you our most sincere apologies. Maybe some compensation is in order. That's not required. The Council understands that your world is facing dark times, so we're willing to move past this incident for the sake of everyone. Okay, thank you. However, until the main investigation is complete, I have to freeze all activity regarding our agreement until further notice. The only exception will be generator manufacturing, of course, due to the long production cycle, but we will not send any of them to your people, and we will not start the research on the PDAs. Your ambassador status is fully retained, and so is your financial aid. Okay, I understand. That's all from our side. I assume this concludes our meeting. It does. Goodbye. Goodbye. Alright, goodbye Chief Bryce. It's been a pleasure. Okay, so that was an interesting meeting. Your stern official side always amazes me. If I didn't know the truth already, I'd have never been able to tell that Izmir's story you presented was all made up. And I'm the Chief of Police. I support the truth and justice, but not everything had to be said or revealed. Some things are better off never brought into the light. Like that second you? Okay, yeah, true. Oh damn, quiet about that. I guess we are free to go ship shopping now then. Okay, yeah, I know a good store nearby. Follow me. I didn't expect it would take us the whole day to find a decent model kit. Most of the shops are still on holidays after the festival. On the bright side, we got a sweet deal for the ships. They're normally much more expensive. It saved us enough money for a fine bottle of wine for tomorrow. I sighed heavily. Bryce, aren't we supposed to be helping you get rid of your alcohol addiction? True, but I don't think I want to stop drinking completely. You helped me a lot by just being there for me. But as much as I hate to admit it, I need the way to cope with my work, and I can't put all of my stress on your shoulders. So I was wondering if, instead of gobbling down beer after beer every day, we could enjoy a fine drink together on some occasions. Just not too much. I won't be able to carry you back home. That's the idea. We'd only drink a little bit and enjoy each other's company. Which would also quell your craving for alcohol. That's pretty smart. I like this idea. Good to hear. Okay, let's get to the shipbuilding. Okay, be wary. It can get very frustrating. Isn't it part of the fun though? You could say that. While I didn't find ship modelling particularly interesting, it felt like a new fresh experience. We just started with a 0% model completion. Okay, so what we're going to work on, we've got the masts, the ladders and stairs, on the metallic elements. So don't you need a good foundation before you build anything else, so I guess we'll work on the metallic elements. I started the pre-assembly of a complex element when Bryce brushed my arm with his elbow. Well, I didn't break anything. My progress was reset. Well, I didn't find ship modelling particularly interesting. Okay, so we need to build something. Let's work on the windows. We easily slotted several tiny plastic window panels into the corresponding wooden frames. Well, I didn't find... Okay, so we're up to 1% complete. Oh, wow. This is going to take a long time. Let's do the masts. It took some time, but we managed to successfully attach the traversing beam to the main mast. Okay, 2%. Oh, wow. Let's do the sails. We did the masts, and installing the sails was tricky, but eventually we got the hang of it. Okay, 4%. What about the observation posts? Despite the fragile nature of some details, we had little trouble assembling a crow's nest. 5%. This is going to be a long model. How about the ropes and cables? Several cables are tightly coiled up. We had to spend some time to unreel them. 7%. What about the hull? Slowly but certainly, we managed to make some progress with the top deck. 9%. How about the handrails? Slowly and carefully, we assembled a new section of the ornate wooden handrails. It was ready for installation. 10%. Oh my god. Okay, 18%. About the handrails. The frail thin wood of the handrails didn't survive Bryce's claws and crumbled into several small fragments. Oh man, my hands will never be agile enough for this. Remember, it's not about the result, it's about the journey. Well, I didn't find... Okay, 17%, it went down. Oh my god. Is this for real? Are we going to have to do, actually, to complete 100%? Doors and hatches. We placed some of the ornate hatches on the upper deck. 22%. Masts. One of the smaller masts slotted it right in where we needed it. Cool, 23%. Oh, can we bail? That's harsh, isn't it? That seems like a discouraging thing to say, doesn't it? How about the handrails again? Okay, I might edit this out, but I'm gonna try it for 100% just to see what happens. Tiredness and frustration had fully shown their ugly faces, yet I felt like I had to keep on going to show Bryce my support. The model was about 59% completed at that moment. Okay, we're over halfway, let's keep going. I felt like my patience was quickly approaching the breaking point. In a way, I admired Bryce's determination to finish the model, for he looked just as enthusiastic as he was at the start. And we were 97% done. I've toughed this out. This took quite a long time, because if you break something, the percentage goes down. 96, it's gone down. I'm not even reading a lot of this now. 98%, please! Okay, fitting the nose centerpiece turned out to be harder than we expected, and it took quite a while. I felt like my patience was quickly approaching the breaking point. 99%. Let's do it. What should we work on? I'm done. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking done. Alright. Let's work on the furniture. While extracting some smaller elements, Bryce accidentally snapped. No. Don't go down. 99%. Interiors. Even though the cargo hold was normally closed, the ship's model actually came with a few elements to install there. Wow. I didn't expect that. Neither did I. We did it! We finished the model! Looks pretty good to me. Yeah, nothing like the best I normally end up with. Looks like your hands made all the difference. Thank you. You have no idea how much it means to me that you stuck around until the end. You're welcome. We should try it again someday and build a new ship. Wow, it's pretty late. I didn't notice how the time flies. Unless you want to go across town in dark, looks like you're staying here for one more night then. No complaints. My food supply isn't going to last this way, you know. I wasn't prepared to be a host for a huge hungry dragon. What's the problem? I can just go grab supplies for us. I haven't seen any stores that work around the clock, and I think Zhong has gone to bed by now. Damn. Okay, don't worry. We should have enough for tonight, but we better stock up tomorrow. Sounds good. He's essentially moved in by this point, hasn't he? Following my suggestion to use the underground facility generators, the dragons had no issues with diverting the comet away from the planet. The Council's investigation of Reza and Izmir's case, however, revealed the truth about the state of the portal. Ultimately, it resulted in the termination of my ambassador mission due to the loss of contact with humanity. Nonetheless, to honour my service to their community, I was rewarded with the ownership of my apartment and a solid sum of money to help me adjust to the new world and find my place in it. Taking up Bryce on his offer, I joined the local police force as an investigator. Ironically, I know how to work with Naomi more than anybody else, and we quickly got along. Since no training could prepare me to take on a dragon with my bare hands, I was given Reza's gun as a tool of intimidation. Not willing to actually use it, I chose to keep it at home in a secure place. Okay, looks like you've played the Not So Tragic Hero mod. Would you like to explore the default arc, or would you rather choose the alternate path? So yeah, this is a cool thing about this mod, because the same maker has made another mod. We can go into an alternate area. So I guess that is something we will do and explore in the next episode. So this is Usho signing off, and hopefully I will see you next time.